Good evening to the Gettysburg College class of 2014. My name is Paul Redfern, and I serve as Director of Web Communications and Marketing here at Gettysburg. But more importantly, tonight, I'm here because I'm a member of the class of 2000. Now, at this point in the evening, you are probably wondering why this old, somewhat overweight guy who is sitting in a chair that looks like it belongs on a basketball court is talking to you. And the last thing you want is to hear from another adult behind another podium imparting wisdom on you. Hopefully that's not the case tonight. This summer I was asked if I would like to be one of the speakers tonight about my experiences at Gettysburg and how they have helped to shape my life after I graduated. At first glance, the assignment was easy. Of course, I had graduated from Gettysburg 10 years ago and have worked here my entire career. First as an assistant basketball coach, hence the chair, then in the admissions office, and most recently in communications and marketing. It ended up being harder than I thought to write this speech because Gettysburg has meant so much to me. I wanted to start tonight with some of the differences between the Gettysburg I entered in the fall of 1996 and the Gettysburg of today. The class of 2000 had 621 students, 100 some short of the class of 2014. We didn't have the opportunity to take classes in the new science complex, or to work out in the Center for Athletics, Recreation, and Fitness, or to live in the Quarry Suites. There was not a conservatory or a public policy major, and we didn't have Facebook to get to know each other. We had the Gettysburg College class of 2000 new student directory. Tonight I want to talk to you about three experiences and how they relate to three words that you have all undoubtedly seen, if not in the past year, then most certainly in the last 4 days. Those three words are at the core of my Gettysburg experience. Do great work. In 1996, I was asking myself, what would I do? How was I going to get involved? I had read the literature. I had listened to the speeches. They told me that there were no bystanders at Gettysburg. So I decided to run for president of my class. That's how I would start to make a difference. I wrote letters, I hung up posters, I talked to my classmates, and I lost. It's not funny. It's not a funny thing. It was very tough. After getting over the loss, I had to figure out what I would do. What was I passionate about, and how could I get involved? In high school, I rode the bench on the varsity basketball team. I like to say that if I were just a bit taller, a little bit faster, could jump a little bit higher, I would have made a heck of a player. But I was truly passionate about the game of basketball. So I walked down to the athletic complex and went up to meet George Petrie, the head basketball coach. Over the years, I have often wondered what George thought of this, at the time, skinny kid who just volunteered to be the basketball manager and didn't even want to be paid. I went on to manage the team for my first 2 years, became a student coach, then an assistant for 6 more after that. During that time, I had the opportunity to learn about life. We traveled with the team to Europe twice. I learned how to lose on a half-court shot at Franklin and Marshall, which made winning the conference title and cutting down their nets 2 years later all the better. Through basketball, I learned more about life's challenges and overcoming setbacks than I could ever imagine. How will you answer the question, what will I do? I challenge you to do more, to do better, to do it for yourself. But whatever you do, make it count. My second story focuses on the word great. What will inspire you to be Gettysburg great? How will you challenge yourself? Gettysburg is a place that is known worldwide and is a place where something happened close to 150 years ago that changed the course of history. To become great, you need the opportunities to test yourself against the best. And Gettysburg provided me that opportunity inside the classroom. My sophomore year, I took a course called The American Presidency with political science professor Shirley Ann Warshaw. It changed my life. I was a good student in high school, did particularly well in social studies. I had taken AP History and AP Government and Politics. I had read a couple of books, but no one would challenge me at Gettysburg like Professor Warshaw. It's rather intimidating when you sit in her office and you see Christmas cards hung up from the President of the United States. I was honored during my junior year to be one of her research assistants and had the opportunity to not only take classes, write papers, meet political players, but helped her write a book. And I can remember when one of the drafts came back from the editor, and the editor wanted another chapter added. She sat us down, asked us for our opinion as her equals, as her colleagues. Professor Warshaw gave me the confidence to be great. So as you sit here tonight, what will inspire you to be Gettysburg great? Finally, let's talk about the word work. At Gettysburg, your education has had a purpose, and you will be successful in whatever career or job that you choose. I have no doubt about that. But that's not the whole story. And my experience in life would not be complete without the other things. 14 years after I entered Gettysburg, I ask myself almost every day, how am I going to work to make a difference? My best friend graduated from Gettysburg College. I'm actually missing his 35th birthday party tonight to be here with you. Thank you. When we get together and talk, almost every conversation that we have has something to do with Gettysburg. At times we reminisce at our past, and at times we joke. But more often than not, we talk about how and what we can do to make Gettysburg better. How can we make an impact? How can we engage with the institution? Because there is more work to be done. After your formal time here at Gettysburg, what will you work for? How will you work for change in your communities, in your nation, and in our world? I talked about the differences in our experiences earlier this evening, but at the core, the Gettysburg experience has not changed. Your lives will be impacted by a professor. The staff in Servo knows your name, and beating Franklin and Marshall in just about anything is still pretty good. But more importantly, we are part of a community that bleeds orange and blue. Huh? There is a line in the alma mater that touches me almost every time I hear it. Forever I am thy debtor, and whatever else I may do, I'll love, I'll defend, and I'll honor the glorious orange and blue. Gettysburg is personal to me. I learned, just another minute. I learned what it means to lead, to step up and take responsibility, to engage in a variety of perspectives other than my own. I also learned how to be comfortable in my own skin and really understand what I bring to the table as an individual. I learned to strive to do great work each day. So the next time you see those three little words, don't think of a tagline, and don't think it's something extra on a brochure or a publication. Think of them as the Gettysburg experience, because for me, they are. Thank you.